Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to share a thrift haul video with you. I have been collecting quite a few things over, oh goodness, quite a few months now already. I haven't done a thrift haul video in quite a while. And so I thought, you know what? I was cleaning up my craft studio and came across all these items that I had been collecting that were laying here, in different bags from different thrift store shopping days, and I've just kind of been collecting and just not putting it away. So I thought, before I go ahead and put everything away, why not share this with you and make a video out of it? So I will go ahead and put my camera up here on the stand, and then we will get started. And I was kind of trying to decide here what I wanted to start off with, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Ideals magazines. For those of you that have been following my channel for a while, you know that I collect Ideals magazines. They are no longer available. They don't make these anymore, and they are absolutely wonderful for crafting. So I have found a few new ones again. New ones meaning old ones in a thrift store, new to me. A couple of them my daughter had found and gifted them to me. So I will go ahead and do a little bit of a flip through of these first. This one is called Old Fashioned, and I don't think I have any ones that are called Old Fashioned. So we'll just kind of do a quick flip through here, just so that you have an idea what an Ideals magazine is all about, in case you are not familiar with them. They have a lot of old, beautiful images in here. Images, like I said earlier, they have poems and all kinds of stories and history in them. Really good for crafting, junk journaling, and all sorts of different stuff. Grandma's button box, isn't that cool? Baking. I don't have time to go through each of these now in detail because I want to share a lot of stuff with you. So I will just go ahead and just kind of do this here and just do a little flip through. And then of course some of them have a lot of beautiful images in, some not as many, but all of them have poems and stories, like I said. And look at that. Oh my goodness. You can use them for collaging. I've been collecting them now for quite a while. I have a whole shelf full of them, and I have shared a video in the past about them. And so far, I have only been cutting up my doubles. This one is called Hometown. Okay, and then this one is Vacation. And mostly they are anywhere from, sometimes I get them in a magazine rack for 25 cents, sometimes they're 50 cents, and sometimes they're $1 or $2. So it all depends on which thrift store you get them from. Oh my goodness, I love that. I have not had time to sit down and page through these, page by page. So it's kind of new for me to see them now as well. Oh my, that's beautiful. That you could easily frame this and hang that up as art. I will list a video down below of where I show a lot of my Ideals magazines. This one is called Hearthside. I love that bird image one here that I just passed with the bird feeder. Great for a bird journal. Okay, those were the 4 ideals I had. Now let's move on to all the other stuff here. Just got a pack of mini little envelopes for decorating, 25 cents. A pack of cards here for journaling and writing, or I could use these cards for decorating. They were $1. And then this was 25 cents. And they are just little note. I don't know what this would have been from. Monthly planner, it says. But these would be excellent for decorating and putting in a junk journal. We've got little mini crocheted hearts. These would be very cool for using as a dangle at the end of a journal. And I've got some more hearts here. This is not opened. I don't think this has ever even been opened. Again, perfect for having to add as a charm or something to a journal. These are different. And then this was 35 cents. And it is a lace heart. So that would be very pretty to add on a cover of a journal. And then we've got several cards here. I always go look through their cards because it's pretty amazing what kind of beautiful cards you can find at a thrift store to add to any journal. This would be great for a grandparent journal or just like an anniversary page or something like that. And then these 3 here I thought would be perfect for a fall journal, because it's about apple picking and harvesting and sunflowers. Aren't they pretty? And then I have some little mini file folders here of 2 different colors. One is numbered and one has the alphabet. So these would be very cool to decorate and add into a journal. One was 50 cents, one was $1. And then just some beads, some stickers, and some alphabet stickers here. 75. And then I have, what is this? This is close to my heart stamp set. Very lovely. You can for sure tell they have been used, but they're still, of course, you can use these over and over and over again. This was $2. And then I got some very pretty fabric, some lace, or that's not lace, ribbon. $1.50. And this fabric, oh my goodness, isn't that pretty? Wouldn't that make a beautiful journal cover? I think it would. It's quite the big piece. And quite the big piece as I take this little one out. This little one just kind of fell right out. I guess that was an extra. But you could probably get several journals out of this piece of fabric. I just love the blue with the little rose details on it. So pretty. And it's nice and stiff. It's I don't know what kind of fabric this would be, but it would be perfect for a journal cover. And oh, that was okay. So this was 50 cents, and this didn't have a price on it, but I think they gave it to me for 50 cents as well. And I thought this one was beautiful too. Also would be perfect for a journal cover, or or adding little bits and pieces here and there to journal pages. And this is quite a large piece too. It's folded up like many times. And then it unfolds again. Like it's a really, really large piece. Oh, a meter for sure. And then I got a bucket full of all kinds of different beads. Again, perfect for adding a charm or dangle for the end of a journal. I'm actually curious. I should open this and go through this. There's so many different ones in here. Look at that one. And this was, it looks like it came from Johnson's for, what does that say? What does that show? 14 something. But obviously I did not pay that much. There's no price on here. Maybe my grandkids have taken the price off, but I can't remember how much I paid for this, but it was not much. And then, oh, here's a little sales receipt book. Again, perfect for journaling or for adding to junk journals. And I've got 2 books here, kids books. This is the A Narrow Escape. I just absolutely love the images in here of the foxes. Those foxes are so adorable. And again, I may add this to the collection of our grandkids' books, or I may use the images maybe in a journal. Look at the blue jay there, just looking down at the foxes. I love that. Absolutely beautiful. And then this one was 25 cents. I think this one was 25 cents as well. What does this? Okay, this is the True Book of Weeds and Wildflowers. Okay, wait until you see all the beautiful flowers in here. It has black and white images and it has colored images. Zoom you in a little bit closer. Look at that. So many beautiful images to add to a junk journal. This would be perfect for a nature, summer, or garden journal. Look at the little kitten. Love that. It is a bit hard for me to cut up a perfectly good book, but when I buy them and they are somewhat torn, ripped, or the cover isn't very good, then it's not so hard for me. Now moving on to the books I want to share with you. And I have many of these. These are all the ones that I have collected lately, and I have a whole stack of them on my shelf here. And I will show you in a minute why these books are absolutely beautiful and perfect to use in your everyday crafting. So I'm going to go ahead and try to kind of flip through them. They are Time Life Encyclopedia of Gardening, and I have a bunch of these. If you ever see these at the thrift store, I would say don't pass them up. Now, I would say the first half of the book might not be that glamorous, but yet it has absolutely beautiful images. But the reason, I'll show you here in a bit, the reason why I really love these books. So the front does have some beautiful images. The middle has some. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the rose one, by the way, if you hadn't guessed it yet. So very vintage looking. These are old books as well. I should probably look at the year. Isn't that gorgeous? I know I keep saying that, right? I'm trying to hold the book in such a way that you don't have the glare. Again, I'm recording later on in the day. I missed the sunshine. I wasn't able to record during the day, so Then I gotta have my lights on, and then I always have a glare. The biggest reason I love these books, not only for the beautiful images that it has in the beginning, but in the back it has all these beautiful small little cutouts that you can use to make a tag, to tuck into a journal or collage with, or whatever you wish, whatever you may. But they are absolutely beautiful. One day I'm going to share my whole collection of these with you, and then maybe we can start cutting them up and making things out of them. This summer just seems like, oh my gosh, it's just so busy. So very busy. I can't do half the things that my brain wants to do. Does that make sense? Yeah. Hopefully in the future, maybe in winter, we can go through them and start cutting them up and doing stuff with the images. So that is my biggest reason why I purchased them, is because of the beautiful, beautiful images in here. And this one was $1, but most of the time I don't spend more than maybe 25, maybe 50 cents at the most for them. And these should have a date. Okay, so the date I'm finding is 1975 and 1971 Time Life books. Revised from 1978. This one is the foliage houseplants. I have quite a few of these as well. I'll just start off in the back. Here again, if you wanted to make a houseplant journal, there would be so many images to cut out. And of course, okay, so there's a beautiful image on this side, beautiful image on this side. Now you got to decide which image you want, which side you want. That's why I'm collecting, even if there are duplicates that I already have. I collect them, and then that way I can use both sides. One side from one book and one side from another book. And then again in the front you have also a whole bunch of beautiful images in here. This one is wildflower gardening. Instead of me constantly saying, oh wow, look at that, so beautiful, that's so gorgeous, I think it kind of, the book kind of speaks for itself. And I quite often do find these at our thrift stores. I guess these are also old books. I don't think they even make them anymore. Probably the same idea as the ideals. And so people that don't do crafting, they just, I guess, think, oh, this is an old book, I need to get rid of it. And yet there's so many beautiful images in there to use. This is ferns. And then we've got perennials. I guess the other one was regular houseplants, and this is flowering houseplants. I'll just kind of flip through the back because that's what I like the most. Pruning and grafting. For a minute there I thought it said crafting. It's all about, I guess, trees and shrubs on how to prune them. But those images, so beautiful to use. This is landscape gardening. Again, so many beautiful trees. Like, they are all lined. What my plan was is to cut the name out, glue the name on the image, and then cut this out. But you could also fussy cut around the images and then just use this like in a forestry or a woodsy landscape page of sorts if you're making a nature journal. And then we've got the Time Life Gardener Yearbook. Okay, this one, it looks like I paid $1.49 for it. 1978. Oh, I'm kind of curious what this one is going to be all about. Wonder if this is the same as the others. Oh, yes, yep. These images here would be perfect for a gardener's journal. And there it is. That is the end of my haul. I don't go thrifting very often anymore. Not as often as I used to. But every now and then I do drop in there and I almost always find something. I hope you enjoyed coming along on today's video. And what was your favorite thing that I shared today from my thrift haul? I would love to know. And I love doing thrift hauls and I love doing thrift shopping. It's just time doesn't always allow, right? If I could do that as a full-time job, I probably would. That is it for today. I hope you will all have a beautiful day and a beautiful week. We will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.